Hi everybody, my name's Jeff and I wanted to show off my new Gaffi stick. It's a modular trooping friendly Gaffi stick. It comes apart in the center here, and the mace end is made out of rubber, so it's safer to be around kids. And it was actually sculpted to have the appearance that it's broken, to give it that blunted end. So this kit comes in a few pieces. First is the rubber mace end. And then we have 3 pieces of PVC that are pre-cut and pre-slotted. This is the business end here. And then there's some pieces of wood, these fins that fit in and that will glue in. And then the end there. So the way that I made this was I wanted to have something that I could break apart and put in my bin, and years ago I just chopped my Gaffi stick in half and did that, and it worked out pretty good for a while, but you know, I wanted something that was a little more kit friendly, something that I could offer to people and have be available, a little more readily available. So the way this Gaffi stick works is everything's pre-drilled and pre-slotted. The mace end screws in to the PVC, and it's made out of rubber, so it'll bite into that rubber really well. You can also glue it if you want to. This comes out, and you can just screw that right in after it's painted. You can use a screwdriver. I just like to use a drill. It's faster. Let's see. Lastly, the other end screws in as well, and this is all fitted. It's all pre-fitted, so you don't have to do any fitting or anything. It goes together just like that. So once it's all assembled and painted, you have this one, and I'll weather it in a second. I just wanted to get a good feel for what this thing does. You can keep a screwdriver in your bin. It just folds up and it fits in your tote. You can fit it in a backpack. You can fit it on your motorcycle. Fit it in your pocket if it's big enough. So that's it. So I wanted to glue in some of the fins. I wanted to glue in a fin and show you how I do the faux welding technique. Faux welding with hot glue. So the way I achieve this kind of welded look is with hot glue. And if you use a low temperature hot glue gun, it actually works better than a hot temperature hot glue gun. And you can find those at just about any hobby shop. So the first thing you want to do is CA glue your fins in. I use BSI CA glue. I think it's the best stuff. So put a bead of glue on the inside of the slot on both sides. Drop your fin in and then hit it with the accelerant. And this will take probably, I don't know, it'll take a couple minutes to set. But after you get all the pieces glued in, you take your hot glue gun and you run it in. Just put a dab every, I don't know, 1/8 inch or so. And that gives it that welded look. You can go a little more sparse to make it look like it was done kind of on the fly in the desert. Make some more amateurish looking bead welds. And then after it's all dried up, you paint it, and it looks like this one. Okay. So another thing I wanted to show off was a little bit of weathering on this Gaffi stick. So I painted this chocolate brown. I use Ace paints, so I use brown, chrome aluminum and primer. And I'm going to go into a little bit of black right now and just do some quick weathering. So, very carefully in a well-ventilated area. Spray some tin into a cup. I use chip brushes that I buy at Harbor Freight. They're relatively inexpensive. You can get a pack of 36 for about $8. And you'll want to dry brush the stick. So just start on one end and just drag the paint all the way down. And it gives it kind of that wood grain finish. If you go all the way from one end to the other, it'll make it look more like wood. So get some paint on there, and then just flick the excess off, and then just drag it down. And it just kind of randomly on its own gives it that wood grain look. You don't have to worry about too little. You definitely don't want too much, but the nice thing about paint like this is you can always start over if you need to. If you want to add a little extra weathering around the mace end, just give it some depth. And this rubber will take paint. It'll stay sticky for a few days, but it will take some paint. So to make this end look more like metal, I just do a little bit of quick dry brushing along some of the welds, along the outsides. Just give it a little bit of, just a little bit of black. You can use rust, but I'd stay away from colors that look like blood if you're going for 501st Rebel Legion approval. They don't like to see blood on your stuff. So just a little bit of quick dry brushing, and that ought to do it. So Ace Chrome Aluminum is probably the best chrome paint that I've used. It doesn't rub off as much as some of the other Rust-Oleums or Krylon paints, and it takes weathering really well. It'll lose its luster after a short time, but it'll still look like metal. If you want to get another metal look, you can use Rub and Buff. That's another good product, but that's a wax, so you definitely want to be careful with that one. You've got to keep shining it as you go. But this is the new Gaffi stick. You can head to my Facebook page, facebook.com/dhpfx. You can email me at darthhair@yahoo.com or leave a comment in the comments. Thanks.